Hello everyone and welcome back to our 9-month adventure around the world. Wow, it's getting close. Only a few more days left here, but today we're in beautiful, and we do mean beautiful, Halifax, Canada, where we're going to see the public gardens, the Citadel, and we have another competitor trying to top the original Busan Korean corn dog.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we have been living that full life, going all the way around the world for the entire last 9 months on the Ultimate World Cruise.
Yes, we have been, friends, and today we're in Halifax, Canada. We're in Nova Scotia. So we're along the east coast of Canada, and this is a lovely stop. I'm so glad we stopped here. Now the port where the cruise pulls up just right here in town, it's a nice big port. They're really accustomed to having cruise boats here, cruise ships, and the passengers here. So there's a lot of vendors and little shops here. But we're going to be heading to church. That's our first destination we're going to go to. And as we're walking there, there's lots of statues, and we're even greeted by a bagpipe player. And
I guess he's very famous here in
in
Halifax. He's usually out there. In fact, people on our ship were like, I wonder, is the bagpipe player out there who had been here before? And he was there.
He was. So we got to see those things, and then as we're walking to church, we walked by the governor's house. Now, the flag wasn't flying, so we didn't think the governor was in, but we got to see the house there. Very nice.
Well, we continued our walk through town, and we were on our way to St. Mary's Cathedral Basilica for Mass this morning. Just a reminder, I think we covered this many videos ago, but just a reminder for people. So the difference, because we've had this asked, between a cathedral and a basilica is a designation given to a church by the Vatican that means it has particular religious, historic, or cultural significance. So, whereas a cathedral is specifically the seat for the bishop of that diocese. So, something can be a basilica but just be a normal church. Something can be a cathedral and not a basilica. Or, as we're in today, it is a cathedral basilica, St. Mary's. And it was a beautiful church.
It was. It was so nice because, once again, it was in English. So I always
Finally.
appreciate that. Yes.
It's been a long time.
There were a lot of world cruisers who were attending Mass with us, so that was nice as well.
Yeah, it was.
But after church then, we were walking down the streets and we ran across to Tim Hortons.
Right, time for breakfast.
I don't know if you have Tim Hortons where you are, but I think they've got some of the best coffee.
Yep, I really enjoy that. So you're in Canada, you got to have a Tim Hortons coffee regular and a cruller.
I got a breakfast sandwich too, and so we took it to the Halifax Public Gardens where we sat down and enjoyed that. Okay, friends, now these gardens were really beautiful. There's a little creek that runs through them that has just a little vignette of a house, and it was just charming. But the really special thing about today's visit to the gardens is they were having a Dahlia Festival. Now, dahlias are some of my favorite flowers, so I was just loving it. Took lots and lots of pictures, which I will show you at the end of this video. So if you're interested in all the flowers, be sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, you were in your element.
I loved it.
In fact, at one point I just sat on the bench and I watched the people go by. It was a lovely day. It wasn't like the last few days have been rainy and cold and in Scandinavia and Iceland and Greenland. So we were just enjoying having a warm day. And yeah, I just watched you walking through those flowers and burning up memory on your iPhone, taking pictures. So yeah, we walked through the rest of the gardens. There's statuaries. There's a pond there. They have little boats in the pond. In fact, there was a duck taking a ride on the Titanic. So, it's like, so this
Very
proved
cute.
to me that Leo DiCaprio could have got on that on the door if a duck can ride on the Titanic.
It's very cute.
But yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot. They actually have a desert cactus garden here in Canada they actually have to take all the plants in every winter and everything. So yeah, I cannot recommend enough. If you're in Halifax, take some time and go to the Halifax Public Gardens.
Well, after leaving the gardens, we walked to the Halifax Citadel. So it's a fort at the top of a hill. Now you have to walk a little distance to get there because you have to walk around the fort to get up to the top. But once you reach the top, it's a beautiful overview or overlook of the city. You can see the clock tower from there. So that it's a nice walk. Now there is an entrance fee to get into the fort if that's something that you'd like to do. I think it was 13 euros to see that. We did see a changing of the guards from where we were. We did not actually go into the fort. We stayed outside, but we could see the changing of the guards, and it was a nice walk.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's certainly worthwhile. Make a trip up to the fort, even though it is a bit of a strenuous walk up there. Take your time. You can catch a city bus, or some of the tours will drop you off up there as well. But yeah, it is worth it to go see the fort.
Well, you had done your research and you knew of a Korean corn dog place that was supposed to be reputed as being very good, Chung Chun.
Yeah, exactly. So, you guys are always asking, how about hot dogs? We want to see the hot dog challenge. So, and as many of you know, looking back at our videos, the Busan Korean corn dog is still in the top 1 or 2. It always kind of goes back and forth a little bit of hot dogs we've had in this entire world cruise. And we tried a couple other Korean corn dogs and they haven't been too good. So we're looking for one that'll compare to the real one from Busan, Korea. And so we gave Chung Chung a try. It was good. Again, it was a little bit like the one we had in Oslo, that it was a little too doughy. Other than that, the hot dog was good. The flavor was good. It didn't have, they put sugar on a Korean corn dog, which is a little weird.
But it actually does. Sugar makes everything better.
It does, yeah. So I would say this one was good. I would give it maybe 4 out of 5 stars. Certainly still not in the top 5 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after having the Korean corn dog, we were sharing a hot dog, so we really were ready for lunch. And we wanted to go to a beautiful rooftop garden. And again, you did your research and looked it up, and it said the best rooftop garden restaurant was your father's mustache.
Yeah. So we went, found the place. We could see the rooftop garden, and it would overlook the port and our ship and the town and all that stuff. So we go up the stairs, and the rooftop garden's closed from a wasp infestation.
Go figure.
That's the thing about travel, is you always have to be able to roll with the punches. You never know what's going to be open or closed. So we decided, you know what, we're already up here. Let's go ahead and let's have lunch here. And it was good. I would say it's a sports bar. The food was good. You had fish and chips.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were a little overbreaded once again, but it was good.
Yeah, I certainly would say if somebody's looking for a sports bar, hamburger type food, I would give your father's mustache. It's a local place, been an establishment for many years. I'd give it a try, and especially if their rooftop garden's open. That's really their selling point. Hopefully they get their wasps under control this winter, and next in the spring when they open up, there's not as many wasps up there. Yeah. So.
Well, following that, we started heading back to port, and we did stop at a little shop, and I found this shirt. This is actually one of my favorite shirts on the entire world cruise that I bought, because I love the fabric. I love the color. It's long sleeves, so I can wear it here in Michigan for a long period of time. And so I was very tickled to find this shirt.
Yeah, it looks really nice on you too. Yeah, that was a good buy. It certainly was. Well, from the shopping, we walked through the streets some more, just wandered some of the, looking at the different stores, buildings, etc. But then we headed back to the port area that we mentioned earlier. By now, it's hustling and bustling. As we mentioned, it's a Sunday here in Halifax. So many of the, not just cruisers, but the locals are down at the port. This is really a gathering place for the whole town. Tons of places to get a bite to eat. And it's also nice just to stroll along the boardwalks here.
There's a lot of little rocking chairs, swinging chairs. There's hammocks that you can lay in. So there's plenty of places to stop and just enjoy the boats going by.
And that's what we did. We sat in a rocking chair and just rocked back and forth, watched the boats, and we could see our cruise ship. We could see the lighthouse right across from the cruise ship. It was really just a nice afternoon just to sit and relax. So, don't miss the port area here in Halifax. Be sure to spend some time down here. There's lots of things to see, and just sometimes just grab a rocking chair and enjoy yourself. Well, we got up from our rocking chair and headed on back to the ship. It was about time for us to depart. Well, tomorrow's the sea day.
It is. Now, this was something fun. They had a passenger talent show. They had done this earlier in the cruise. This is the second one that they've had. And we've got some really talented passengers on board. There are singers, there are guitar players, there's kind of a gymnast, and it's just very athletic and does handstands. And it's just some really neat things. People had written songs about the Ultimate World Cruise. Someone did a nice slideshow of a lot of the places that we had been. So it was fun to see the talent on board.
Yeah, it was. That was really nice. Well, Phase 2 flock, here's something that we are going to give you a little bit of a challenge, okay? So any of you that go on Serenade of the Seas, you can look at the different maps, find different areas on the ship, but we have a challenge for you to find 3 areas on the ship that are named historically, or the original areas and the original names, and they actually are still plaques there. They're just not really mentioned this way. So look around the ship if you go on Serenade of the Seas, and we want you to look for the Zanzibar Lounge,
The Congo Bar.
Yep. And the game reserve. See if you can find those plaques. Give us a comment back if you end up finding them, and let us know. So those are some little historic places. It's kind of like you always hear it's called the Viking Crown Lounge, and now it's like Vortex or something like that, But these are some historic names for some areas on the ship. Let's see if you can find those. Well, after our sea day, we're making it back to the United States of America, to New York City. We haven't been to the U.S. since we were in Los Angeles on Super Bowl Sunday at the beginning of the year, so it's been almost 7 months, 8 months since we've been back to the United States. We're gonna go back to our home country, and we're gonna have a great time. So we're going to actually meet some of our Phase 2 flock, and we're gonna get a private tour of the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier. We're gonna take you along with us on that. It's a great experience. Me being an aerospace engineer, aircraft geek, I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I hope you do too. We're going to see a Broadway play, and we get ripped off by a New York hot dog vendor.
So you don't want to miss it. All right, friends, have a beautiful day. We will see you very soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.